My name's Adam and this is AdsProjects. So this turned up in the post today, my inwin 509 in white, and I was quite keen to get it out of the box and just take a general look at it. Not only that, the box was in pieces as well, so I wanted to make sure I hadn't been damaged. I've thrown some LEDs inside of it just to try and light up the inside of the case, because with the tinted glass of the camera it is pitch black inside, and I wanted to sort of give you a general overview of what the case is like. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, there are too many reviews about this online, but I will go into a bit more things with it as I start to build it. There's a few people mentioning that tabs on the front of the case break off quite easily. That's one thing I want to bear in mind, because I do want to replace the LED module on the front of this. The RGB one on here doesn't do orange very well. In fact, it's very similar to the orange that comes out on here, which isn't really orange. The LED strips that I'm using are individual red, green and blue LEDs, so they don't mix very well when you actually look at them direct. To counter that, I have actually bought, and has actually turned up today as well, a orange set of LEDs, surface mount components, on a black tape, which should disappear into the case a bit better when I start to build it. I'm going to be cutting these individually to strips and individually soldering and wiring them into my own custom controller. There's no need for me to be using an LED controller. All these are orange, so all I'm going to do is build a DC to DC converter, just to limit the amount of current that's going through these at any one time. Whoops, that was almost dropped them. I'll give you a quick view inside the case. I have already taken the screws off of it. There is only one holding it on, just because I've put the LEDs in a rather random fashion. You see, fairly typical standard case. There's a few things that are going to come out of it straight away. The hard drive trays and all the cabling to go with that, don't need that. I'm going to have the SSDs. Plus I won't need the full width for the board that's going in here, as well as the cooling fans. Now, it does have radiator mounting for front and sort of midway between. I will be water cooling this at some point in the future. I'm not at the minute, just because I don't have the budget to do that. And also I'm not quite sure on what hardware I'm going to be adding to this later as well. I'd rather have a performance straight away than having all the water cooling to go in it. I'm not going to do that at the minute, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's pretty much with the case. I'm looking forward to building it. I'd love to build it tonight, but I've been at work all day, I'm knackered. This is literally a quick 5-minute video just to say this has turned up, a load of other bits have turned up. I don't actually know what else has turned up, thinking about it. There looks like some more LED controllers. So one of the other things I want to do with this is a custom LED panel in the front. Not LED panel, custom LCD panel in the front to show system temperatures, which again I'm going to build into like an Arduino or something, or some other nano controller, which will be independent. Again, a lot of this has come from China, tons of LEDs for individual stuff, not necessarily relating to this build, but other things I want to do in the future. There are heat shrinking. So one of the things I'm going to be doing, as I said, is individually sleeving all the cabling that's going into this for the LED strips, and I want to give a bit more of a custom touch to it. So I have bought sleeving, which is what I imagine is in the other one. Yes, it is cable sleeving. So as I build this, I will do full videos on it showing what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But yeah, I'm excited to build it. I hope you guys are excited to come along for the ride. Subscribe, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and most of all, take care. So, a bit of bonus footage. One of the reasons behind this is I wanted to see how this would work with the camera right in my field of view, with actually unboxing these future bits and bobs from China. So, let's go over what we've got. Now, I don't understand Chinese symbols, so I'm not entirely sure what that is. However, none of the bags of LEDs that I actually purchased, this is a consignment of 1,000 of red, green, blue, yellow and white. 200 of each none of the bags are labelled, so I'm going to have to go through and work out what colours are which in all of this, so wish me luck. I'm assuming that one LED will be the same throughout. However, no, my luck, probably not, and if you can decipher Chinese symbols, then by all means go ahead. So that to one side, because they're not actually going in this build at all. The main thing I've been waiting on is cable sleeving. I wanted to make my own custom length, so I have 5 meters off eBay. I will drop a link into the video description as to where I've got this from. It's 4mm, which is more than enough for the positive and negative feeds I'm going to be running to the LED strips. I've also been waiting on the heat shrinking to go with it, so my plan is to do all this and then heat shrink the ends into nice orange and black colours. Got a slightly larger diameter 12mm heat shrinking purely to go over the PCB and cabling. And then beyond that, I have a few projects for the Arduino. There is a screen which I will get out at some point, and an LED matrix. So as and when I decide what I'm going to do with these, I will make separate videos on them, but until then they will stay in their anti-static bags. I think that is it. These will get programmed initially on my Raspberry Pi, which is sat here. Or if you have cables plugged into it, but it's in an acrylic case, which again came from China, as does most of my electronic bits and bobs. The temperature sensors I will be using that I did mention earlier to monitor heat and so forth are literally little generic temperature sensors. They are the Aslong DHT11. Again, I will provide a link in the video description to them if you're interested. They're not incredibly accurate. I did breadboard one of these the other week, which is here. I ran it on an extra length of cable purely because I wanted to actually put it outside to get a baseline as to how cold it was. They only seem to read down to 0, they don't go beyond that, and the accuracy on them is sort of plus or minus 2 degrees, but for the application they're probably going in, it'll probably be fine. I will probably end up changing them, to be fair, just because the resolution on them isn't massive, but they will probably do in the short term just to get this off the ground. The other bits that I've got which won't end up in here, but I will mention them anyway because they may do at some point, whoops, some touch sensitive keypads. I believe that is all for now, so again, thank you for watching. Subscribe, I would appreciate it, and yeah, take care.